Tonight, from Soldier Field in Chicago, it's Sunday Night Football on EA Sports. Justin Fields and the Chicago Bears taking on Deshaun Watson and the Houston Texans.
Now, the good news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold. To be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with the Houston Texans. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Fields. He'll buy some time right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
On first down, it's Fields. Flush to his right. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. The numbers for Mooney in last week's ball game. He took out some anger, some apparent anger against that defense. The yards just kept going up and up and up.
Yeah, he was just running up and down the field doing whatever he wanted. By the end of the game, he was seeing 2, sometimes 3 defenders on every snap, yet he was still making play after play. It was like he was running routes versus air in practice.
To the air again, Fields eluding the pressure right. Touchdown, Bears! Darnell Mooney hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Point after, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. 5 plays there on that drive. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Out comes Deshaun Watson, ready to captain the ship here for this Houston offense.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on some few other parts of the offense and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Off the play fake. Watson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Houston. CeeDee Lamb with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Point after, right down the middle. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taken at the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
On first down, Fields. Sensational he was last week, over 200 yards. And the simple quote that we saw this week was, keep him in front of us. They're going to have to do that.
And when they say that, it means tackling him after the catch. Because once he makes the catch, you may catch it in front. But if you don't tackle him, he's behind you at that point, and that's how he racks up the big yardage.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Now Fields. Flushed out right. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Second down and goal. Fields. And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Bears have taken the lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the end result is a Bears touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Watson's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Gates with a grab. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The numbers on the ground for Etienne last week. 17 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game. And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. from the red zone now. Watson steps away to his left. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try to run with ETN. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Back to throw, Watson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Now Watson on 3rd and goal. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now, 4th and goal from the 2. Going for it, here's ETN. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Travis Etienne, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game. Extra point splits the uprights, and we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it was capped off by a Travis Etienne touchdown run. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down into those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get
under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Here's Fields. Complete to Mooney on the slant.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Escaping the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Meanwhile, Fields' throw there complete to Mooney. And he's brought down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a...
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Texans are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other, a gain of 6. Throwing on third down, Watson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down. The Texans send the punter out, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And he punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. The Chicago offense set to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice... nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Fields now to throw. That's complete to Mooney. They find some open field here. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big play there on the catch and run.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
From the 50, here's Fields. Flush to his right. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced a ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
They'll roll him out right. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Fields, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And this one is right down the middle. And they take a 17-14 lead. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. be able to knock the ball through the post and take the three.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And that's complete to ETN out of the backfield. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Watson on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. On first down, it's Watson. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Right side catch, this is Gates. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. To throw again on second down. Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Tyler Boyd in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans have retaken the lead.
Well, someone has a sense of the dramatic here, don't they? Scoring this late in the half to take the lead going into the locker room.
Now they just don't want to misstep misfortune on the next kickoff because there's still a little bit of time left on that clock.
Yeah, you do have to bring that up, don't you? In the NFL, every play is critical. And if you give up something cheap there, all that advantage they just gained goes right out the window.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. A final shot before the break. Fields finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where it was the Dolphins who were able to pick up the victory at home. Lamar Jackson leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, we're off to check out another game, and they were winners in their ball game over the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Miles Sanders, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. And then lastly, on Monday Night Football, those fans will be riled up as it'll be a good matchup between their guys and the New England Patriots. In the game you're watching is Deshaun Watson, who is the star of the first half. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the third quarter. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
On first down, right back to ETN. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games. And we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Fields on first down. Flushed out right. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Escaping the pressure right. Man open is Robinson. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
Remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Fields flush to his right. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. Justin Fields taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bears have once again taken the lead.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Set to take over again, Deshaun Watson and this Texans offense. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down. Here's Watson. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's taken on the 25. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Bears take over. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Here's Fields. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And he's got room. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. And he's probably wondering, how do I get that mojo back from the first half that he seems to have lost a little bit here in the third quarter?
And every guy has his whisperer on the team. You know, that one guy who can say things to him that other people can't. Right now, he's looking for that guy to kind of, hey.
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised. But that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Now this will be caught by Mooney. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now a first down throw. Fields throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. Mackey, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Fields. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And he's got Mooney in the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Darnell Mooney with touchdown number 2 in the game, and now 11 on the year. And the Bears are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Houston set to take over. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now Watson. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Watson. That is caught by Lamb. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. He'll find Lamb. That's complete. Touchdown, Houston. CeeDee Lamb. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is trimmed down to 10. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. We'll check on his status when we get back. Robinson, a first down and then some. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Back to throw. Fields. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Fields. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Bears are closing in on win number 10 as they extend this 4th quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss. Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 24. Throwing to start the drive. Watson. He completes it to Boyd. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Watson now to throw. Slant pass to Boyd. Touchdown! Tyler Boyd with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Texans get a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. And the Bears hands team able to pounce on it and get the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number as empirical.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. On first down, Fields. And it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Middle of the field, it's Robinson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. Fields eluding the pressure right. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. Touchdown Bears! Allen Robinson with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Bears capitalize on the fumble and turn it into 6. They'll try and throw for it. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
So Deshaun Watson in the offense. Down by 16. A minute 38 to go. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down. Now Watson. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
First down now, but that clock rolling. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as they'll try to get it to a 1-score game with a 2-point conversion. And that one is caught. So they convert here, and don't look now, but this one's back to a 1-score game. So there is still time, a little over 50 seconds to go, but this becomes a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep. Those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
Now it's Fields. Flushed out right. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 4 yards remain for second down. Looking to throw. Fields. Wide open receiver complete. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you've still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their 4th quarter lead. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Now the attention turns to the Texans. Trailing in this one now. 30 seconds to go. It's an extremely tall order in front of them, but they've got the ball with a first down. Watson to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Here's Watson. And that's complete to Gates. Room here to run. Past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back in the 9-yard line. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Chicago, they continue to be one of the best teams around as they move to 10-2. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for Houston, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead, they fall to 5-7. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the